Welcome to Office 24 by 7. In today's video, we're going to explore the dynamic dashboards available in Office 24 by 7, what they are, how they work, how the widgets inside them can be configured and customized, and how these dashboards help you visualize your data in meaningful ways. Let me show you what dashboard features are available. I'll go ahead and click the dashboards icon here, and you can immediately see a few dashboards that I've already created. Now, let's look at how you can create a new dashboard and add widgets to it. There's a New Dashboard option, so I'll click that. A fresh dashboard window opens, and I'm going to give it a name. Let's say Ticket Volume Distribution. In the description, I'm writing, Track ticket volume and how work is spread across status and more. There's also an option here called Keep as Default. If I enable this, Office 24 by 7 will always open this dashboard by default whenever I come to the dashboard menu. For now, I'll leave it unchecked and click the Submit button. The dashboard is now created. Before we start adding widgets, notice that there is a Settings button inside the dashboard. If at any point you want to edit the dashboard name or description, you can use that Settings option and update the information instantly. Now let's create our first widget. I'll click the Add Widget button, and the Widget Creation panel opens. The first option is naming your widget. Let me click the edit icon near the widget title and rename it to Total Tickets by Status. In the description, I'm writing, Shows count of tickets grouped by current status to highlight workload and bottlenecks. You can change the name and description at any time if you want to update what the widget represents by clicking the edit icon again. Next, we have the Filter Type option. This determines how you want to pull the data. You can choose between views, reports, and objects. I'll start by selecting Objects because I want the widget to load data directly from an object. As soon as I select Objects, the system loads a dropdown with all the objects I've created. I'm selecting the Tickets object. Once I select the object, the Columns dropdown loads all the fields associated with the Tickets object. I can pick any fields I want to use in the widget. For this example, I'm selecting Assigned To and Ticket Status, so that the widget will display how tickets are distributed across various agents and what their current status is. Now let's decide how we want to visualize this data. Under the Graph dropdown, you'll find multiple chart types, each designed for different types of insights. I'm going to choose the bar chart for now. Then we have the Legend Position option with 3 choices: None, Top Center, and Bottom Center. Choosing Top Center places the legend just above the chart, making it easy to glance at. Choosing Bottom Center places it below the chart, which is helpful when the chart occupies more vertical space. For this widget, I'm selecting Top Center. The Width dropdown lets you decide how wide the widget should appear on the dashboard. I'm selecting 100% so that it spans the entire width. Now let's configure the data source. If you want the widget to display the complete data available in the system, you can skip this section entirely, and the widget will use all data by default. But if you want the widget to show data for only a specific time period, this is where you define it. The Date and Time dropdown loads all date-time fields available in the Tickets object. As you know, date-time fields help track exactly when events occur. You'll see Created Date and Time and Modified Date and Time, which are standard fields, and any other date-time fields you may have created as custom fields. If you want more details about custom date-time fields, we have a separate video for that. Use the link above or in the description to watch it. For our example, I'm selecting Created Date and Time. The Operator dropdown now loads multiple conditions you can apply, such as on, before, after, between, and others. I'm selecting Last n months, and for the value of n, I'm typing 6. Because I want to see data from the last 6 months. Below this, we have additional filter options that let you refine the data further with specific assignees and ticket statuses. If you want data from all assignees and ticket statuses, you can simply ignore this section. But if you want to filter the data more precisely, this is where you can do it. Click the Edit button to activate this configuration. You will see multiple operators here such as is not, contains, and others, which allow you to categorize your data exactly the way you want. In my example, I'm applying the condition assigned to his présent double. I also only want to view tickets that are currently in resolved status, so I'm adding another condition. Ticket status is resolved. I'm enabling grouping for both conditions because grouping organizes the results into segments that help compare data easily and visually within the widget. Now I'm clicking Save, and the widget is successfully created. If you want to see data belonging to all agents with all statuses, you can click the Clear button and then save again. The widget will then reload with the full data set across your organization. Once the widget loads, you can interact with it. If you want to see the exact records behind a specific chart segment, for example, all tickets currently in open status, you can simply double-click that segment. A detailed list will open, showing every record that contributes to that value. From there, you also have the option to download that data. When you're done reviewing the widget, you can close it, and it will remain saved on your dashboard. On the top of each widget, you have additional options. You can open the widget in a new tab to view it independently. You can click the filter icon to apply real-time filters, for example, if you want to temporarily view only high or critical priority tickets. You can refresh the widget at any time, which is helpful when new data is generated in the system that meets the widget's configured conditions. And if you want to remove the widget from the dashboard completely, you can use the Delete button. If you need to update any configuration or adjust the fields, you can click the Settings button inside the widget and make changes. The dashboard will refresh according to the new setup the moment you save. Against the widget, you'll see view switching options. You can toggle between Data View, Line View, Bar View, Stack View, or restore back to the original configuration. You can also download the widget image directly to your system. Let me open the widget settings again to show you other graphical options. If I select the line chart and click Save, the same data now appears in a line graph. If I select Pie and Save, the widget converts the data into a pie chart, which is helpful when you want to see proportional distribution. You can also switch to Stacked View, List View, Funnel View, Table View, or even a pivot table. Pivot Table allows you to choose which fields should appear as rows and columns, and once you save it, you can view the data in that format. Clicking on any section in the pivot table also opens the detailed dataset behind it. Finally, when a dashboard is no longer needed, you can delete the entire dashboard by clicking the Delete button and confirming Yes. The dashboard will be removed completely. To summarize, dynamic dashboards in Office 24/7 give you complete flexibility to design, configure, and visualize your data in the exact format you need. You can build dashboards based on objects, views, or reports, create widgets with custom filters, switch between multiple chart representations, drill down into detailed records, and organize your dashboards to match your team's daily workflow. We'll cover more chart types and advanced widget configurations in the next video. Thank you for watching.